Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot, juicy video. And tonight I have another special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, the swollest trainer in Austin, James Mooney.
What's up, buddy?
Thanks for being on my channel.
Sure.
You know, James is really big into the fitness industry. We made a previous video about, his experience and all that good stuff, so check that out. And tonight's topic, James, is, should you take testosterone? I know it's kind of like, yeah.
No, I'm open about it. Like, I think that's important.
I mean, currently, I think you take TRT.
Yeah, I take a low dose of testosterone prescribed by my doctor. And I've been on that for about 4 years, I think, ish, 4-ish years. But yeah, it's a hot button topic. A lot of people are kind of like split on whether or not
should get on
it's acceptable, or like if they should get on it, or like, is it cheating? I don't know. It's a lot of, there's a lot of opinions about the whole thing. So it's tough, but I like to be transparent about it. Like I've always been transparent about doing things and like what I've done with my body. Like I don't hide the fact that I'm on testosterone. I have a company where I literally talk about it completely. But yeah, no, it's I don't think there's any issue with telling people that you're on TRT. There's no issue telling people you're on steroids either. Like honestly, at this point, like it's way different than it was 10 years ago. That's or true, whatever. It's like way more socially acceptable. But also I think we need to have a little bit more knowledge and like care with how we do talk about it, because there are a lot of people out there that just automatically think, oh well, you're talking about it, so it's cool, so it's okay for me to get on it. Like, and so like you get a lot of these like younger kids just hopping on it for no reason, which is not good.
Yeah, not good.
No.
And I said that, how do you feel taking it after these years? Do you feel like a big difference, or like?
I mean, I definitely like the reason when I got on it initially, there was a huge benefit to it. Like, so in my late 20s, I played high level sports all growing up. I played in college. I played a little bit after college. I had a lot of concussions growing up, a lot of hand injury, brain trauma type stuff. And then I work a lot, and I train a lot, and I push my body to the limit a lot. And in my late 20s, I started feeling like really terrible. I started feeling, lethargic, like I was sleeping. It didn't matter how much I slept. I could sleep 8-10 hours. I would wake up and then, midday, like 11 a.m., 12 p.m., I needed a nap. Like I was just exhausted. I had to just sleep. And it didn't matter if I slept 10 hours the night before. I was tired. And this was going on for like years. Like I would just have to take a nap. And then my body started just hurting a lot. I was starting to carry a lot of excess body fat, even though I was dieting and doing everything like theoretically correct. Like I wasn't eating like an asshole. I was eating well and I was training hard, but I was still like getting fatter, and I wasn't necessarily getting stronger.
Something was wrong.
Yeah, something was up. And then my body just always hurt too. Like it didn't matter if I was, just did some assault bike or some rower, or if I did a max effort squat, like I still felt like trash for days. So my recovery was terrible. And like I said, I was sleeping a lot. My quality of my sleep wasn't bad, but I just wasn't, there was something up. And then the one that really kind of pushed it over the edge is I started having some ED issues. Oh, no. And I was like, no, man, like this is, I'm 28, 29, like this is not something that I should be dealing with, right? But I put this off for like a couple years because like there's a whole stigma of like, at the time, this is what, almost 10 years ago now, 9 years ago, it was way less socially acceptable to be on stuff, and also people like look down at you for like doing hormone testing or anything about hormones. Like, so I put it off for a couple of years, and then finally, when I was like 31, 32, I finally went and got my testosterone checked, because somebody was like, like this sounds bad. Like you shouldn't be dealing with all these issues. So I went and got my testosterone checked, and my testosterone was like in the 200s, which is like super, super low. And so I went and saw a doctor, got put on a low dose of testosterone, and instantly felt
Like
better.
overnight.
Like some of it was like obviously some placebo effect, right? Because the injections don't take effect immediately, right? It takes a couple weeks for it to start working its way into your system. But that day, the first day I got my prescription from my doctor, I went home, injected it, and went and had the best workout I've ever had. Like it had in years, right? Yeah. Then went home, had some, amazing sex too. Slept really fucking good. My mood was different. I was like a new person. And I was like, damn, I can't believe I waited this long to get on it, right? And so now I get my blood work done twice a year. I'm on low dose testosterone. I have messed around with some other things over the last several years, just because like I'm already on the testosterone, like might as well like try some other things too. But I've never, like the last 3 years, I haven't done anything but my low dose of test, my TRT dose. And that's all I really need. Like I feel great. If I get off of it for some reason, I do feel a little shittier, but I don't have any issues staying on it that's the big thing is once you get on it, you most likely will have to stay on it for the rest of your life. I mean, there's some things that they can do to kind of boost you up with some HCGs or some Clomid. They can kind of like help you build a little bit more testosterone, like if you're trying to have a kid or whatnot. But for the most part, if you get on TRT, you're gonna probably have to be on it for the rest of your life. And I have no issue with that. So, like I said, it's a quality of life thing, right?
Like you said, you feel better.
I feel better. Discounting all like the benefits to my fitness, whatever. I feel better. My mood is better. I sleep better. I recover better. And I just feel better overall. So it's like, why would you not do that? Life is too short.
Enjoy why you can't.
Yeah, especially since like when you factor in like, you're gonna get some physiological like anabolic effects. Like you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get a little bit bigger. But like I've already been training for 20 something years by the time I hopped on it. So it's like, I've already reached probably my genetic potential at this point. Like I'm probably the strongest I will ever be, probably the biggest I'll ever be naturally, right? Because people thought I was on steroids before I even got on it. Because I was like I'm like 6'4", and I walked around at like 240, 250. And I was pretty strong. I was pulling 600 naturally. So it's like,
no big deal.
I was benching close to 400. So it's like, people like already thought I was on stuff. So it's like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like if I can get a little bit stronger, a little bit faster, a little bit bigger, whatever, who cares?
And then would you like inject that like once a week or twice a week? Or?
So I do it twice a week. I cut my dose in half just because I do test sit. And so it's a little bit more beneficial to kind of do it every like 4 days or whatever. So I'll do half the dose, and then I'll like 4 days later, I'll do the other half, and I'll just stay on that. But yeah, like you could do once a week. At one point I was doing once a week. It doesn't really matter. It's more just kind of like an optimization of things. Like, because when you inject it, obviously the next day or two, you're going to be a little bit higher, and then you'll start tapering off as it starts to wear down, and then you inject again. Just try to just keep it. Try to just keep it at a consistent level, so there's not the dips. So that's why I do that. But I know people that do it. I know some people are now starting to do it, daily, subcutaneously with like lower doses, like with like little insulin needles or whatnot. And there's, then that's more just to kind of keep the level consistent throughout. But it's like, there's a lot of different ways you can do it.
Cool. And then I guess lastly, the most important question, if you take testosterone, it's going to lose your hair. This is a hair channel too.
So that's tough. That's
the hard question.
There is a little bit of that. It's hard to say though, because I was already kind of losing my hair a little bit, and I wear hats all the time. And my mom kind of was like balding a little bit as she got older. So like when she got into her late 40s and early 50s, she was just losing her hair. And I'm pretty sure it comes from your mom's side if you're gonna get bald or not. So the TRT definitely didn't help, but I think it was more so like some of the other, like I've done two like legit cycles since I've been on TRT. and I think those probably did more damage than the TRT necessarily. But I think if you take, I know some other guys that have taken some DHT blockers and stuff when they do their TRT, and
wasn't as bad.
It wasn't as bad, but I think a lot of that comes down to genetics too.
That's true.
But yeah.
Nice. I don't know if I'll jump on it. Then it's my hair transplant, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, it really comes down to though, like if you're doing like a lower dosage of it, it's not gonna have as it's not gonna fry. I feel like it's not gonna fry your hair as bad as if you're doing like a legit like bodybuilding cycle or something, where you're doing like some harsher chemicals that are like a little bit more damaging to hair. But yeah, I think it's definitely not going to help your hair being on the TRT. But I don't think it's like picking your battles. Like it's like, would you rather feel really good or would you rather have a nice head of hair? It's like,
that's true.
At the end of the day, I have shaved my head before. I don't care if I have to shave my head again. Yeah, it'd be nice to have a nice head of hair like when I was in my 20s. But at this point, I'd rather feel good than have some luscious hair.
Yeah. That's true.
So it's a hierarchy of needs, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Well, appreciate you being on my channel, James, as always, dropping some testosterone knowledge for you guys. And also, give a shout out to your Instagram real quick.
Yeah, it's just James Mooney GC on everything. Instagram, TikTok.
A trainer, just holler at him on Instagram.
Some online training or whatnot.
And as always, if you like my channel, be sure to like and subscribe to it. We'll see you next time.